Hook, pull the viewer in. The clapping, the shouts, the smack of gloves hitting pads, it was just another Saturday at Ironwool Dojo. But all of that changed in an instant. When the gym star black belt called out to a quiet little girl sitting in the corner, just as a joke, everyone laughed. And then, she stood up. What happened over the next few minutes left every single person in that room silent, and questioning everything they thought they knew about strength. Chapter 1, The Invisible Girl. Sofia Martinez was the kind of child who could be in a room full of people and still go unnoticed. 8 years old, barely 4 feet tall, with long black hair that often draped over her face, she didn't seek attention. She avoided it. At school, she was the kid sitting alone at lunch. The one who walked with her backpack straps pulled so tight they almost dug into her shoulders, as if the bag could shield her from the world. Her mother, Elena, saw the change. Just a year ago, Sofia had been bubbly, curious, full of questions. But now, her voice was quieter, her eyes downcast. School was fine, she'd say every day. But Elena knew it wasn't fine. Chapter 2, The Decision to Try Martial Arts. It happened after one particularly bad afternoon. Sofia came home with her sweater ripped and a faint bruise forming on her arm. She tried to hide it, but Elena saw. They were just playing rough, Sofia insisted. But Elena heard the tremble in her voice. That night, after Sofia went to bed, Elena sat at the kitchen table scrolling through her phone, searching for anything that might help her daughter feel stronger. That's when she found Ironwool Dojo, a small martial arts school just a few blocks away. The next week, Sofia found herself standing barefoot on a set of worn blue mats, staring up at a man with a black belt tied around his waist. His name was Ethan. He was tall, broad-shouldered, with an easy smile. "Welcome," he said warmly. "Here, we don't just learn how to fight, we learn how to stand tall." Chapter 3, The First Months. Sofia didn't stand tall at first. In fact, she tried to disappear into the back row. While the other kids shouted their kiais loud enough to shake the mirrors, Sofia's was barely more than a whisper. She copied movements hesitantly, as if afraid of making a mistake. Ethan noticed, but he didn't push too hard. He gave her space, correcting her gently when needed, praising her when she did something right. What he didn't know was that outside of class, Sofia was practicing on her own. Chapter 4, The Secret Training. Her small apartment's living room became her training ground. She'd push the coffee table to one side, set her mom's phone on a chair, and pull up martial arts videos on YouTube. Front kicks, side kicks, roundhouse kicks, she drilled them over and over. She didn't care if her legs ached or her balance wobbled. Every time she messed up, she tried again. She had one quiet goal, to stop feeling helpless. Chapter 5, The Sparring Day. 6 months later, it was Saturday sparring day at the dojo. Parents filled the benches, chatting and cheering. Ethan paired students up for light matches, moving between them to give pointers. Then, during a short break, he looked toward the benches and spotted Sofia sitting cross-legged, watching intently. He grinned. "Hey, Sofia," he called out. "Wanna give me a fight?" A few people laughed. It wasn't mean-spirited, just the kind of playful banter that happens in gyms. Ethan didn't expect her to move. But Sofia stood up. Chapter 6, Stepping onto the Mat. The room quieted. Sofia walked forward slowly but steadily, her bare feet making no sound on the mat. She didn't smile, didn't frown. She just stopped in front of Ethan and looked him in the eyes. "You sure?" he asked, still half laughing. She nodded. They touched gloves. Chapter 7, The First Exchange. Ethan kept his guard low, moving lightly. He was going to make it fun for her, let her land a few taps, give her a confidence boost. But the moment the round started, she moved faster than he expected. A sharp front kick snapped toward his midsection, not hard enough to hurt, but solid enough to make him step back. The chuckles from the benches turned into murmurs. Ethan tried a light jab. She slipped it. He feinted a sweep. She hopped over it. Then she countered with a roundhouse kick that landed cleanly on his shoulder. Her balance was perfect. Her form, flawless. The gym went dead silent. Chapter 8, Respect Earned. Ethan's playful grin faded, not because he was upset, but because he realized something: this kid wasn't playing. She'd been working. "All right," he said seriously. "Let's see what you can really do." He picked up the pace, throwing controlled strikes. Sofia blocked them, sidestepped, and answered with precise counters. A feint here, a kick there, each one calculated. For the first time in the match, Ethan was on the defensive. Chapter 9, The Gasps from the Crowd. When Sofia spun and delivered a back kick that would have landed flush if Ethan hadn't leaned just out of range, several parents gasped. She wasn't winning by brute force, she was winning moments, one clean move at a time. By the end of the round, Ethan was breathing harder than expected. He bowed deeply to her. "You," he said, "are going to be unstoppable." Chapter 10, The Schoolyard Test. The following week, word of the sparring match reached Sofia's school. The same kids who used to whisper about her in the hallways now whispered for a different reason. Some stared. Some laughed nervously. One afternoon, 3 girls blocked her way home. The old Sofia would have taken the long way around. But she looked them straight in the eyes and said, "I'm not scared of you anymore." She didn't raise her fists. She didn't need to. They stepped aside. Chapter 11, The Tournament. Months later, Sofia entered her first junior tournament. She didn't win every match, but she never gave up. She fought with focus, heart, and respect for every opponent. Ethan was there, shouting encouragement between rounds. When she lost one match by a single point, he put a hand on her shoulder and said, "This isn't about trophies. It's about who you're becoming." Chapter 12, The Lesson Everyone Took Home. Back at the dojo, Ethan gathered the younger students. "You all saw Sofia today. Remember, strength isn't about size. It's about heart. Discipline. The courage to face what scares you." The room filled with applause. Sofia smiled wider than she had in months. Final chapter, The Takeaway. Sofia's story spread in the dojo, not because she beat a black belt, but because she stood up without fear. And that's the real lesson: you don't have to be the biggest to be the bravest. The day you choose to stand your ground is the day you start winning your battles. Call to action for video. If Sofia's courage touched your heart, tell us in the comments about a time you found the strength to stand up for yourself. And if you believe in spreading courage and kindness, hit the like button, share this story, and subscribe to Be Kind Always for more real-life stories that inspire.